The water. Just oh, and KJV's back on, brothers.
Was it?
Yes, sir. It's back. Now they're probably surveilling us on it, you know?
Right.
How's that sound? Is good? Might check on it. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Khan. Hey, Shalom Makiyam. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. A double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where we learned this 144% truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, shalom, beloved. Akim and Akwaf. Hey, it's just fiery trials 144 out of low mass back again. All right. We're on doing a quick transit. Prophetic lesson through the spirit, going into this latest act, the FISA Act, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, and we're gonna cover the section 702, which is gonna pretty much tap into the reality of what these global elites, the powers that be, as far as their surveillance police state, that they're trying to bring forth via the fourth industrial revolution, which is them pretty much being able to have an eye on the masses, bro. Not only through their device that they have inside, but also through this system, this grid, all right, that they're setting up in the form of these data centers and these 15-minute cities. They're going to be operating under what is it, 6G, if I'm not mistaken, right? This 5G already at 6G, right? Where they're going to be able to actually watch you inside and out, really. The devices you use, you're going to become a device, via that chip, and ultimately, things are going to get draconian, man. And as you know, Draco goes back to that Athenians lawgiver back in the time of Greece, all right, where the Draco, the laws that he were pretty much, I mean, you would be deleted for close to nothing, and this is where Esau's about to take it. Esau is about to descend, upon those that have spoke up against them, that spoke up against those small hats, and I have something to say regarding this this new world order, But needless to say, through the spirit, you got it, but needless to say, through the spirit, we're gonna tap into this, and Lord willing is edifying to you, beloved Akim and Agua, that are listening and learning, man. These are some dangerous times we're living in, man. We're living in some dangerous times, and shit's about to get physical. Shit's about to get physical. We really want to meditate and hone in on the reality, all right, of being visited by evil E, all right, and being placed in a position where we're gonna have to stand on faith, bro. Okay, but you got it, brother.
Oh, you said that, and they're
What
gonna
scripture was that?
all that anti-Sem bullshit. Even though we know it's Shem, because there's no man named Shem.
Oh, Daniel.
It all goes back to the small ass. Fucking devils
If I'm
Amalek.
not mistaken.
So they're gonna call us T to the Arabs to the Ish. They're gonna bring out anti-Sem, say hate speech, and they already throwing people in prison throughout the B system. These European nations, and even through proxy laws, they can actually pull charges on Americans. So it's only a matter of time where the small as the devil comes down, great wrath, and then when he has a short time. So all these Edomites, but we know Amalek is working evil upon his beds, plotting against the just, making a man offender for a word. an offender for a word. And so these devils are plotting against us and trying to weed out everything these brothers said that's now according to their new world order.
All right, brother. We're gonna get this precept, brother. You got it, Akia.
You want Daniel 8 and 17?
But it's 8 and 17.
Says that. So he came near where I stood.
Oh no, 25 or 24. Through his policy.
God,
I don't know why I got 17 on that, man. Daniel 8 and 25.
I'm gonna start at 23.
You gonna go straight to the point, Baba Michelle. Khan, you got it.
Daniel 8, 24. And his power shall be might. Oh, you want me to go straight to the policy thing, eh?
Baba Michelle.
Daniel 8 and 25. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper.
Now, real quick. So I'm sorry, Akia. This is talking to Antiochus Epiphany. We gotta qualify it. It's talking to Antiochus, right? But we're using this because Esau's doing the same thing through his laws, through his policies. Esau's gonna cause craft to prosper. You see, you got it, Malak.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart,
Right,
and by peace shall destroy many. He
right.
shall-
They're gonna weaponize this AI technology, this surveillance state they're trying to bring forth. They're gonna you're gonna notice in this article we got, it's under the guise of national security. It up as if it's beneficial for one's safety in America, but in reality, they're actually scavenging and surveilling you and your phone calls. Make sure it's still running. Looks like it's still kind of good. But yeah, needless to say, as we were saying, so they're gonna dress up this surveillance state as if it's beneficial for one in America, you Babylonians, but in reality, it's also to surveil you. This FISA, right? This Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, specifically Section 702, they're telling you that it's to watch out for foreign intelligence and foreign impedance, but in reality, it's also gathering information from the citizens, and they're putting you in a category, all right? Because ultimately, it's to truly surveil you, and like the brother was mentioned, you made the point, that they're literally they got their eyes on the children of Israel, preferably the elect, right? Exactly, Jacob's trouble, and then also when you tap into Psalm 37, which I'm gonna grab after the brother's done, to make that point as well. But now, brother, you got it, Akia.
God, he shall also stand up against the prince of princes.
Right, Yahweh,
but he shall be broken without hand.
Right. And we know ultimately, Antiochus Epiphanes, he suffered a grievous disease, bro. He had an issue going on with his stomach, his intestines. The Lord did him dirty, But, utilizing this for evil real time, the Lord, all right, the Lord's not gonna have to physically touch Esau to destroy him. He's gonna use his missiles and he's gonna use the chariots, right, to do Esau. All right. The Lord, see, it's not gonna be the war we read about in 2nd Ezra 13. It's not gonna be a back and forth. It's gonna be just a wipeout. The Lord's gonna just wipe these niggas out once he opens up on them. It's gonna be in one easy swoop. You see? But ultimately, I wanted about when you had spoke, right? Going into they're watching the righteous, right? Real quick. This is the book of Psalms chapter 37 and verse 12, real quick. The wicked plotted against the just and gnashes upon him with his teeth, bro. You see, so the wicked, which is Esau, in the form of these elite, they're plotting against those that serve the Lord in truth and sincerity. So they already got a so-called wacky-tacky Christian in the bag, a two-third nigga, a boozy badass, niggas like that. They got them in the bag already. Them niggas are already in the bag. They're in Esau's back pocket. Esau's not really worrying about them. Esau's looking to get after church, starting with the men of the Lord, because what we're doing is we're literally speaking his downfall into existence. And he knows this. You see, this is a reality that he knows. This is not a mystery. That's why when you read Revelations 12, it says what? He's gonna come down with great wrath because he knoweth he has but a short time. It's a reality for him. So what he's trying to do, he's trying to counter it. All right, he's gonna do what he does best, and he's gonna pull that sword out ultimately. He's gonna try to kill the elect. That's his goal. That's gonna be his number one mission in the days to come. You see? But it's gonna be a failed mission at best, just like this fourth industrial revolution. Yo, 414 Aki outside. Khan. So I'm gonna go into this article real quick, unless you brothers got something to say real quick before I grab it. All right, you good, Khan, brother? I'm gonna grab this real quick. Shakar, you got something?
I was gonna say that in the ice too, that whole thing going on, that they're given access to online databases and to track people as well. So just go hand in hand with that the point. And on Jacob's trouble, what Esau is doing it is the martial law and also the surveillance state leading to the MOTB. So they're giving ICE all that shit too.
Right, which ties into the police state. Yep. It ties into this government, and this is gonna knock off your fourth amendment right. Right. And this is what these diehard red belly Americans are realizing. These 1776, standing on the foundation of their founding fathers, Edomites. You know what I mean? The regular Joe Sixpacks. They understand what this means. You know what I mean? That's why they don't want this fourth industrial revolution. They don't want it. Because they know and understand that ultimately this puts them on the same level as a nigga, man. And everybody's pretty much equal. The elite are looking at them as goyim as well.
Yeah, realizing the United States of the small hats.
Exactly. So the regular Joe Sixpacks are coming to the conclusion that our reality is becoming their reality, man. All right, and they know that's why they don't want this new world order. That's why they're resisting it. Because this right here, this is going against everything that their founding fathers fought for, man. All right, the War of Independence against the British, this goes directly against that. This puts them in a position where they're not free as they like the white privilege, all that shit goes out the window. But anyways, this is real quick, right? So FISA, right, section 702, right, which again, the FISA goes into the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, and under the specific section of 702, is a law allowing the U.S. government to conduct warrantless, targeted surveillance on non-U.S. persons located outside the U.S., right, to collect foreign intelligence. It facilitates the collection of emails, texts, phone calls, right, via U.S. electronic communication service providers, bro. Okay? Right. Your service provider, whatever carrier you got, they're working hand in hand with the government, bro, to isolate, pinpoint, and directly be able to contact you, man. You see? So these phone services are working hand in hand with the government, bro. Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, bro. What's the other one, brother?
You say AT&T, bro.
Now there's another one with the with the purple. What's the
Isn't that T-Mobile?
is that T-Mobile?
Yeah, T-Mobile's the purple.
There's another one too. What other carrier is it, brother?
T-Mobile. There's oh, you talking about Metro PCS?
Metro P. That the water. All of them are are working with that hand in hand with the government. You see? Now watch it. I'm gonna read that again. As a matter of fact, right? It facilitates the collection of emails, texts, and phone calls via U.S. electronic communication service providers. While aimed at foreigners, it incidentally sweeps in communications from American citizens, sparking intense debate over privacy and backdoor searches, bro. All right. Now watch this. Right here. Let me see. Where is it at? Right here. So the usage, right, is for information collected and to be used by agencies like the NSA, CIA, and FBI, bro. So they're working in direct cahoots with the service providers, right? And this is it again. This is in direct conflict with the let me see here, with the Fourth Amendment right here. Let me get it right here. controversy, right? Privacy advocates argue it violates the Fourth Amendment, while supporters say it is critical for national security, preventing terrorist attacks and countering foreign cyber threats. And all these terrorist attacks have been organized and planned, bro. All right, you have that what's his name? Oh, he got killed because he brought out the reality of the elite, right? And what they
Oh, Turk.
no, not the Turk, the elder
Charlie Turk.
Elder Gabar brings it out, Elder Apostle Gabar brings it out all the time. Well, oh boy, he was talking to the Rockefellers.
Oh, Aaron Russo.
Aaron Russo, the water.
Yeah, with the chip.
All right, Aaron Russo made the point, right, that what happened during 9/11, that was all staged. That was these are forever wars and efforts for the elite to continue to play the role of gods on earth and pretty much continue to hide themselves. They control all these nations, bro. That's why the saying goes, all wars are bankers' wars. You see? So ultimately, at the end of the day, they're saying that it's critical for national security to protect us from a terrorist attack. But here it is, these terrorist attacks are organized, bro. Planned and set up. Okay? Because that's what Esau does. Esau always creates a boogeyman. And what he's about to do, he's about to create a boogeyman out of the men of the Lord. Is what he's about to do. But the truth is out on this guy. It's going to be real hard for him to do it because the people know what we're out here doing. Because there's people that have inquired. Watch yourself. There's people out here that there's people out here that have inquired. And you may have some people say, oh yeah, they can be aggressive as far as verbally, like, or vocally dominant. You know what I mean? But they're not violent though. They just stand on business when it comes to what they believe, and they believe wholeheartedly in that Bible, man. And they know that Bible too. Anyone that has came up, they'll tell you. They might be offended by the truth, but they'll say, they know the Bible. They know that Bible front and back. and they're very they take control of the conversation, yeah. But they're not violent though. You know what I mean? And that's a well-known thing. And then they know the reality of what we're doing as far as trying to, galvanize our people to galvanize our people to repent, and turn to the Lord because of the evils that are coming, man. We're crying, we're crying unto our people, letting them know that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Like the masses know this truth. We say it all the time. So it's hard for Esau to create a boogeyman out of us. But he is gonna be able to, he's just gonna do his thing.
He's gonna use that AI technology.
Boom. There you go. That's where we were going. He's gonna use that CGI, he's gonna use the AI to create a scenario in efforts to make us look like we are actually terroristic.
And he got crisis actors in his pocket.
Agent provocateurs.
Same one and the same.
Sorry. Times that can't. Just like ancient Rome, they try to make us look bad. So
when Nero burnt down a part of Judea. Remember that? When Herod, right, exactly. That was all in efforts to persecute because they know the report was what? That fire was gonna come upon the heathen, bro. You see what I'm saying? That was the doctrine since then. The second death was being prophesied about during the time of Yahweh Shai. Why do you think we say this is Yahweh Shai's ministry resurrected? They were bringing that out. You see what I'm saying? So this nigga, who was it, Herod? He fucking burnt down a part of Judea. And efforts to point fingers and blame it on the Jews.
Oh, Nero.
Was it Nero?
Khan.
Yeah, Nero's the water. You see the blame the Jews, bro. And it kind of worked, but that's what they're gonna do. You got something, bro?
We were doing miracles too. And the scripture say in Acts, I think it's 16 or 17, that we were starting up the world.
Yep.
And then that's just miracles going to happen in these times, and then they're going to bring forth the persecution and see that the prophecies are coming to pass. But that this is just
Yeah. You want to get out of here? You're gonna end up on the mass pike. You had it, bro. Oh, you gotta drive down. You gotta drive aggressive out here.
Yeah, I got something, bro.
Time, Malak.
There's the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 20. So the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law.
Right. And the throne of iniquity being Esau, preferably the elite. Right. Should they have
Fellowship.
right. Should they have any type of fellowship with the Lord? No, man, the Lord's using them to create this mischief. The Lord's using them as a tool to bring evil. That what's that Proverbs? The Lord created the evil for the Lord
wicked.
created right for the day of evil. You see, he created the wicked for the day of evil. So the Lord's using this nigga to do what he's doing. But Esau, in his ignorance and in his pride, right? He's pretty much canceled out. The true constitution is the Bible. And what proves that is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and right around verse 8. Okay, so what Esau done, Esau created his own constitution. That's why it says that he should speak great things. Right? He overrid the true constitution of the earth, of mankind. And this is why Psalms 50 is written the way it is. You see, so what this nigga does is through his laws, he causes mischief, like the precept says. So he brings hurt to you. The mischief means to bring hurt to someone, by someone, or by something. And in this case, it's the laws. The laws he pushes is going to bring hurt unto you. He's going to try to bring hurt unto us. You know, and label us, domestic teas, which he already does via the poverty. What's that, brothers? The Southern Poverty Law Center, which they've been found to be a farce. You see, Esau's world is crumbling before him, bro. Here it is. How you gonna be indicting your own agency within your empire because of illegal behavior? Just goes to show you, bro. Esau's through. You know, Esau's standing on his last leg, and that leg is broken, bro. You know, it's broken. You got something?
Yeah,
Oh, you got the navigation going. I got you. I'll show you where to go.
bit more.
they're on Ealing Street, and Esau knees and buckling.
Yeah, that's a spirit.
I still got a little bit more on that.
Con.
Verse 21. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood.
Right. And they gather themselves together going into these councils they have, these secret councils, the G7 meetings, the World Economic Forums. You see? They gather themselves together to what? What's the tail end of that say again?
It says against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood.
They condemn the innocent blood. You see with that? So they try to justify the wickedness that they do to the Israelites, man, preferably, especially what they've done in the Northern Kingdom. These niggas are talking about they civilized us, man, when they came over here.
Right.
You know? Like they try to justify their savagery. You know? But there's no explanation for it but you being a bloodthirsty demon. But this time it's over for you. You're not gonna successfully penetrate the woman this time around, bro. All right? Because there's an elect that you're not gonna be able to penetrate, man. And then when you try to penetrate them, I'm gonna get this real quick.
This backs up what you were just saying.
That's beautiful. You got it, but I'll go find this.
But the Lord is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yeah, the Lord our power shall cut them off.
And that reminds me of Psalms, the 9th chapter, when it goes into how the Lord is known by the judgments which he executed, and the wicked are snared by the works of their own hands. Higgaion Selah. So Esau's pretty much walking into his he made a death trap, and he's walking to his own death trap. He's walking into it. You know, going into we were talking about the other day at camp. I think we spoke about it the week before as well. How this nigga not destroying the Bible, he set him up. He set himself up for the okie doke. Because at some point, as he read that the Spirit was going to be sent, Esau didn't believe that. When they were combing through the scrolls and they came across Luke, and the Lord was going to send the Holy Spirit, and it's going to be saying His name by the Father, and you will be raised up in the last day. Esau didn't believe none of that shit. Esau was like, the fuck? Yeah, all right. You know what I mean? And say, oh, I'm going to use this Bible. I'm going to turn into a God with this Bible. They're going to worship me forever. But they worship some God that we can't see this God they're worshiping. We're going to become that God. Esau's demonic mindset, that's what he did. That's what he thought. He thought that was going to be successful. You know, not realizing the Holy Spirit was truly going to be sent. The spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. They were going to come back. Jeremiah tells us the Lord will raise up prophets in Babylon, Jeremiah 29, the 29th chapter. And that's exactly what happened. And here we are. And now we're being gathered by the same book which was used to which was used and weaponized against us. You see? But needless to say, I want to grab this real quick. the book of Psalms chapter 105, right? The book of Psalms chapter 105 and verse 14. He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm, bro. So divine protections coming to the elect, starting with the men of the Lord. When you read the book of Isaiah, matter of fact, we can close out with this, Malak, Babak Rashad Malak. Can you get Isaiah chapter 41, brother? In verse 14, it taps into it. Pretty much, hey, we're helpless without our power. What makes us powerful, divinely powerful, is our obedience, humility, and meekness, towards this towards this mercy that we've been able to be exposed to in this grace period, bro. We repented and we're walking meekfully, remorsefully, and regretfully, bro. And the Lord tells us in Psalms 51 that he would, a contrite heart he would not despise. He won't despise that, bro. And the elect are moving in that mindset. They're contrite. They're regretful. Like, damn, I fucked up. But there was nothing we could do. We were set in this position, just so the Lord can show his power once again. The Lord's about to show his power, man. Through us being helpless, the Lord's gonna show his power because he's gonna help us in ways that we can't even really imagine right now. But we'll find out. You got him a lot.
There's the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 14. Fear not, thou worm, Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, says the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Right. And we got to believe that. We got to believe that the Lord's going to help us, man. He isolated the men. He said, you weren't Jacob, Israel, which is, the elected a nation, that he isolated the men, you men, us men, the leadership, the men, the prophets, the first fruit. He's going to help us, man, as them horns chime in. We're in downtown Boston, the wickedest, you know what I mean? We're in some wicked territory right now, Akiyamanakwa. Downtown Boston. Only if you can see what we see. And we're going to see a lot more. Brothers already know. When we're meeting up with the beloved elders. Elder Adama. What's that, brother?
This place is weird.
Weirdoed out. It's weirdoed out here in Boston, bro.
Look at this old dude. What's wrong with him?
Hopefully he gets run over. It's weirded out here, Akiyamanakwa. But, it's almost over, bro. The Lord's about to melt these niggas up. Melt these niggas down. There's going to be no survivors out of America, man. And this is what we're telling you. You Jake out there that are playing with this thing. No one's going to survive, bro, out of America. Everybody's dying in America besides the elect. And that's the spirit. I went into that earlier today. I pulled Revelations 11 out. Revelation 11 proves that. It tells us that the 10th part of the city is going to be destroyed, and then 7,000 men are going to be destroyed with it. Okay? That 7,000 men goes into a complete number of men, people in America. No one's going to make it. Hoops, he's not going to make it. Nobody. Nobody.
Looking at flock finally going to be destroyed.
Yeah, bro.
So I don't take none of that.
Con.
2/3.
It's over, bro.
But seeing a goddamn dude like this.
Oh, man. But yeah, man, hey, the Lord's going to help us, beloved Akiyamanakwa, so don't be weary. You know what I mean? Esau's worried in his counsel. Akiyamanakwa. We're not to be worried in ours. We have the Lord told us what? In the book of Isaiah, that his counsel is going to stand. You see that? The reason why Esau's worried in his counsel, because his counsel is looking flimsy right about now. You got these niggas looking at each other with the side eye. They're all backstabbers and liars. So you said, nigga saying, one of the niggas sitting behind you, you're like, you know what I mean? You're just like, you don't really trust this nigga. You're like,
you said 500 years ago that all this was fake.
Right. Yo, keep it moving. Don't just ignore this guy. Go ahead, Araya, you got it.
You said 500 years ago.
He was talking shit.
You said 500 years ago that the Bible wasn't real. All this is happening now. Right? In the reincarnation, they understood that too.
Right. This Bible's as real as that fried dough that's killing you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You seen the fried dough stand?
It would have been as real as me getting out the car and punching the glasses off this guy.
Right, Akia. You want to take the which way you? Okay, Con. Okay, Con. Yeah, go. You should have went inside.
That goes to show you. That goes to show you how emotional these fucking men are in America.
Right.
One little mistake and he want to antagonize you.
Right.
But if you was to open the door and punch the glasses off of his face,
Right.
he'd have the cops, 911.
Right.
Ready to, report. I'm calling the cops. That's it. That's what these fucking Edomites do all the time. They antagonize you, talk shit, swear at you, call you a nigga, whatnot. And then all of a sudden, I'm calling the cops. You're going to jail, buddy.
Right.
That's their favorite fucking sentence.
That is.
You're going to jail, buddy.
Right. That's the spirit. I could unbeknownst to these Edomites, they're going to jail.
Right.
Years.
That's why I can't wait to beat the shit out of them, bro.
Con, watch yourself. They're going to jail.
I was already in that spirit earlier. Remember when I seen that old lady?
Con. Yo, bro, we almost out of here, beloved Akim and
Edomites, man, these Edomites are so fucking unrighteous, man. And they're not men. That's why our men, the men of our nation, are acting like women as well, because they took up the characteristics of Esau, man.
That's it.
They're fucking emotional and shit. Motherfucker, like I always say, you come across a nigga clapping his hands every time he'd say a syllable, just keep walking, man.
The righteous are more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduceth him.
Yo,
They copy
fucking like a hammer.
Copy him. But now, no doubt, we're gonna close out Akim. You got it, brother.
God, hey, so we're right here, ready to go see the elders, the water y'all by Shem Yahweh Shai. Hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. And with that, we're gonna give all honor and glory to
Yahweh.
Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharala.
Hey, shalom.